Hi everyone, welcome to day 10, double digits, it's very exciting. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's practice where we started exploring our warrior poses and just kind of getting into the flow and breath, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I really love flowing. I find that I can get really lost in that muscle memory, and I can connect with my breath, and then sometimes I can come out of it and go, oh, I didn't realize I've been practicing for 20 minutes. So yeah, I hope that throughout this journey that you learn those skills as well. Anyway, so today is we're going to do a bit of a balancing practice. So come to a seated position, whatever that means for you. Get comfortable, just going to be here for about a minute. Hands on the knee or thigh. Perhaps soften the gaze, close the eyes, and just start to draw your attention to the breath. So today's practice is all about balance. And I love balancing poses because I really learned a lot about myself. You have to come to them with a sense of fun, a sense of joy, a childlike energy, because you will wobble and you will fall out, and that's okay. And I kind of liken it to trees. A tree is grounded, it is rooted, but it still sways, it still wobbles when the wind blows. But that is a really important part of the integrity of a tree. If it was rigid and it was stuck, then it would snap. And I think we can really translate that to ourselves. We need to be able to wobble. We need to be able to bend. We need to be able to flow with change. And sometimes it will feel scary, but that's okay, because you will always just come back. If you go with it, if you lean into it, you will come back. So, with that in mind, let's take our 3 breaths together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose and mouth. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Inhale deeply, last one. And exhale, let it all go. Yeah, well done. Fabulous. We're just going to come and lie on our backs. I'm just going to do a little bit just to switch on our core. Any balancing posture really, really works with the core. So, I'm going to hug your knees into your chest. Let's give yourself a little hug, maybe sway a little side to side. Yeah. And then release your legs, and we're just going to bring our legs up to the sky, to the ceiling. Your feet can be pointed or just relaxed, flexed, that's absolutely fine. And I'm just going to bring my hands behind my head, and then I'm going to want to make sure that your lower back, you're pushing down towards the mat. Okay, so you're sucking your belly button in, you're pushing your lower back down to the mat. So that natural curve, you're flattening that. I'm going to bring my hands to behind my head. They're not underneath my head, they're kind of just resting on the back of it. And then I'm going to simply, keeping my gaze up, I'm going to raise my head, my neck, and my shoulders. And then I'm going to reach towards my toes. Doesn't matter if you don't get there. I'm really sucking my belly button in and pushing my back down to the ground. And then I'm going to release, and I'm going to hug my knees into the chest. Yeah. Let's do that again. So raise the legs up, flexed or pointed. Hands are going to come behind the head ever so slightly. And then I'm going to raise my head, my neck. I'm not crunching, I'm looking up. And then my shoulders come off the mat. My belly button, I'm sucking in towards my spine. And then I'm going to reach towards my tippy toes. See if I can touch them. Yay, I can touch them today. And really, really suck it in, suck it in, suck it in. And release. Oh, yeah, hug the knees in. Fabulous, fabulous. Well done. I'm going to release the soles of my feet to the mat. And then I'm going to allow my knees to come out to the sides. So I'm coming into a reclined cobbler's pose. So my soles of my feet are together, my knees are open wide, and my hands are on my inner thighs. And then once again, I'm going to lift up my head, my neck, my shoulders, and then I'm going to kind of do a little crunch, and I'm sucking my belly button in again. And then I'm just going to do little pulses. Little pulses. Yeah, and then I'm going to pulse over to the left leg. If there's any cranking in the neck, just look up a little bit. I'm going to pulse over to the right leg. Really, that lower back is down to the floor. Come back to center and release. Allow that natural curve in the lower back. Allow it to come up. Yeah. Bring the knees back up together. Bring the knees up now so that your knees are just above your hips. And then I'm going to bring my shins parallel to my knees. Okay? My hands are going to come behind my head. We're going to do yogi bicycles. So you've probably seen these before. So I'm going to lift the head, the neck, the shoulders. I'm going to bring my right elbow towards my left knee. And as I do that, I'm going to extend my right leg out. Come back to center. Left elbow comes to left knee. Right knee, sorry. Extend the left leg. Back to center. I'm pushing my back, lower back, flat to the mat. Right elbow, left knee. Extend the right leg. Back to center. Left elbow, right knee. Extend the left leg. And let's just do a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more each leg. 1, 2. And hug the knees in. Release down to the mat. Hug the knees in. Release the soles of the feet to the mat. Allow that curve to come back into the lower spine. Yeah, well done. Sorry, I don't know what a couple is, by the way. I say a couple, could be 10, could be 20. Roll over to a side. Use your hands to come up. And then we're just going to come up to that tabletop. Remember, blankets under knees if you need to. And we're just going to do a couple of cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the spine, release the head and the neck. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the spine, release the head. Well done, come back to center. I'm going to extend my right leg behind me. Get my balance, I'm pushing down through my hands so I'm not dropping into my shoulders. And then I'm going to inhale, extend the left. Right leg, left hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow, and release. Let's extend the left leg out, and then the right arm comes forward. Take an inhale as you extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Really suck the core in when you come in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring everything in, round through the spine. And then release. Well done. Take the hands just a step forward, tuck the toes, push up, downward facing dog. Pedal out the knees. Bend one leg as you extend the heel of the other leg down. And yeah, take your dog for a walk. Maybe you move the hips in little circles. Yeah. Find your stillness. And then bend the knees, look between the hands, and just step, 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 all the way up to the top of the mat. And fold. Maybe hold opposite elbows, just sway a little right to left, left to right. Release the elbows. Nice generous bend in the knees as you roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time, and roll your shoulders back. Yeah, fabulous, fabulous. So you can stay at the front of the mat. I'm just going to turn so that you can see me. I'm going to have my feet just a little bit more than hip distance, just for balance. I'm going to ground down through my left leg. So what we don't want to do is when we lift is to dip, okay? I want to keep that hip up, okay? So I'm grounding down through the left foot, and then I'm going to raise the right foot up, and I'm going to hug that knee in. Give your ankle a bit of a twirl, one way, and then the other, and then I'm going to release that leg. Yeah. Grounding down through the right, so don't let it dip, keep the hip in. I'm going to raise up the left, hug my knee in, and as I hug in, I'm kind of compressing. Give the ankle a twirl, woohoo, and the other side, yeah, and release. Fabulous, going to do that again. Raise up that right leg, hugging in. Now my right hand is going to stay on the knee, and I'm going to open it up. I'm going to use this hand for balance. Yeah. Bring it back to center. Okay. My left hand is going to come to the knee, and I'm going to twist open to that right side. Perhaps even extend my right arm out behind me. Remember, if you wobble, just come back in. Come back to center and release. Well done. Give that standing leg a bit of a shake. Okay. Strong through the standing leg. We raise up the left. Hug it in. Left hand stays on that knee, and I'm going to open it up using my right hand for balance. You could always come to a wall, remember? Bring it back in. Now that right hand's going to come to the knee, and I'm going to twist my torso over to the left side, perhaps extending the left arm out behind me. You can even, if you're feeling really brave, look towards that back hand. Come back to center and release. Well done. Come to the top of your mat. Gonna come into our mountain pose. Okay, you ready? We're gonna step the right foot back, come up onto the tippy toes. Now I'm gonna release the heel to the mat, but I wanna keep my hips square to the top, to the front of the mat. So your back foot comes into like a 45-degree angle. So yesterday we came into our warrior 2. Today we're in our warrior 1. Inhale, I'm going to raise the arms up. So my front knee is bent. My my back leg is straight, sorry. And then I'm going to straighten that front leg. And then I'm going to fold over the front leg. So I'm coming into a pyramid pose. Grab your blocks if you need your blocks. Want to make sure that you're keeping the hips square to the front of the mat. So the front hip you're pulling back, the back hip you're pulling forward, and you're folding over that leg. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, I'm going to bend my front knee. I'm going to step my blocks forward, come up onto the tippy toes of that back foot, and then I'm going to lift my back leg up. So my hands are on the blocks are kind of underneath where my head is, okay? I'm lifting up through that back leg, my hips are square to the front of the mat, so I'm not opening, they're down, my toes are pointing down. So you want to get that internal rotation of the hip. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, bend the front knee, release that back foot down, come into that warrior one pose again. So foot is at the 45-degree angle. Inhale, we rise up. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. We release the hands, and then we're just going to step that back foot up. Wonderful. Let's do that on the other side. I'm just going to swap sides so that you can see. Oh, you'll be able to see me if I do this side. Right. So we're going to step the left foot back. We're up on the tippy toes. I'm going to drop the heel, but just so that the foot is at a 45-degree angle, okay? So it's not pointing forward, it's not pointing out, it's kind of pointing it towards the corner of the mat. Grounding down through that front foot, front knee is bent. My back leg is straight, and I'm really pushing to the outside of that back foot. Inhale, we rise up. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, we straighten the front leg, and then from the hips, like our forward fold, we're going to fold over that front leg, keeping that front hip back. Remember, grab the blocks if you need them. Release the head and the neck. I'm going to inhale, I'm going to rise up. I'm going to bend that front knee, step my blocks forward as I come up onto the tippy toes of that back foot. You can even step forward a little bit. And then I'm going to raise that back leg up. And I should have said, this is warrior 3. I didn't say that the first time. Apologies. So my toes are pointed down. Internal rotation of that leg. My hips are square to the mat. Yeah. My hands are down on the blocks. Perhaps you take the hands away. Perhaps you don't. Don't worry about it. Hands down. Bend the front knee. Step the back foot back. Release the back heel. Rise up. Warrior 1. Hands come down. And we step forward. Yeah, well done. Okay. Let's do tree pose, which is one of my favorite poses. So we've got a couple of options. We have toes stay on the mat, heel comes kind of just above the ankle. Or perhaps the sole of the foot comes in between the knee and the ankle. Or perhaps we grab the foot and we bring it in. If you're here, you want to make sure that you push the thigh into the foot and the foot pushes in to the thigh. Perhaps your hands come to the heart center. Well, remember, if you wobble, that's okay. Perhaps your hands come up. Whoa, yeah. Take an inhale. Exhale, release the hands. The knee comes in and then we release. Second side. So perhaps you're here. Wonderful tree. Beautiful, in fact. Perhaps the sole of the foot comes in between the knee and the ankle. Perhaps you come all the way up. This is my wobbly side. If you're all the way up here, you're pressing the thigh into the foot into the thigh. My hip is coming open. Hands come to heart center. Whoop. If you wobble, just come straight back into it. Perhaps your arms come up. Yes. Well done. Take another inhale wherever you are. Whoop. And then exhale. The knee's going to come whoop through to center. And then it's going to release. Give your legs a wobble. Woohoo. Fab. Palms come together at the heart center. Allow the breath to come back to normal. Did great today. It's just a little taster of some balancing things, and we've also added on to our warriors. We did warrior 1 and then warrior 3 and we did tree pose. So you did amazing, guys. Thank you for joining me again. Namaste.